vocabulary words. So I need you guys to get your blank sheet of paper. You guys turn yours over, your sheet over. And we're going to do some actions for our vocabulary words that we're going to be learning about in our story. Because our vocabulary words are big words this week. And so it's really something for us to try to put all of them together. So here's what we're going to do. Yeah. Yeah.
When Locarina is the mom now, she had baby up the roof. Like she jumped up the roof and she said that where's the baby? She came back down.
All right. So what? Yes. You guys have your dry erase sheet?
I don't know where's my erase sheet.
Okay, then use your piece of paper if you don't have one, okay? That's what we're using here at school. So we're going to talk about our vocabulary words in the story, okay? So when we're reading the story and we're reading along, yesterday we learned about what a savanna was. Who can tell me what a savanna looks like? Hey, raise your hand. Who can tell me what a savanna looks like? We saw a picture of it yesterday and we looked at it a little bit closer here in class. What do you think, Bailey? Bailey, what do you think?
It's a piece of paper.
So she said, Bailey said it was someplace that looked like it would be dry and hot. Anybody else have another idea about what it looked like on the savanna? Harmony.
Me. To mute because my mom's phone.
I'm sorry, what? Harmony said she said it looks like it never snows there. Aiden, what do you think it looks like?
The trees was down.
The trees, were there a lot of trees?
A lot of trees was down, but only one tree was up.
He said there was really not a lot of trees and he really only saw one tree standing up. What did you see, Raylan? Anybody? Joylyn, what did you see? Let me ask Joylyn real quick. Joylyn, what do you remember that it looked like?
I just have to tell you something.
Okay, well, we're asking a question, so you'll have to tell me when we're done, okay? Can you remember it? Okay. So, we're asking, what does a savanna look like? Raylan, what did you remember? Okay, cool. Nyla, what do you remember?
I remember the grass is dry.
The grass is high and the grass is dry, isn't it? The grass was really high and the grass was dry. We talked yesterday a little bit about how did the fire start? How did the fire start in our story today? Harmony. By the lightning. And yesterday in school we talked about how lightning, when it comes down from the sky, it's gonna almost all the time hit something, hit an object. It's gonna hit a tree, it's gonna hit a power line, maybe it's gonna hit a hill, maybe it's gonna hit the ground. But what did it hit in our story? Raylan. It hit a tree, and what did it start, Aiden? What did it start? It did. It started with the storm. That's true. So let me read on in our story. So it says, as the fire raged, some of the animals panicked. What does panic mean? What would you be if you were panicked, Wyatt? No, I mean, how do you feel if you're panicked? Wyatt, how do you feel if you're panicked?
Well, scared.
Okay, so panicked means scared, doesn't it? So we're going to make an action to go with our word panicked. So if we were going to act scared, how would you act scared? Okay, so everybody at school did this. that how you would be scared and kind of scream a little bit? That's how I would be panicked. So when Miss Bratcher puts our word on the board, panicked, we're going to act out scared. So everybody show me how we act scared. Everybody has got to do it too. Everybody show me how we're going to act scared. Ah!
I'll do it.
Good job winning.
I try to run away from it. I don't get too scared all the time.
So, question. I have another one. It says, some were already surrounded by flames. So they were probably, they were surrounded by flames. That means all around them was fire. And so they were running around frantically looking for a place to find safety. So what do you think, if you were running around frantically, what would you be doing?
Run away.
What would frantically be? Would you know which way to go? Would you be like, where do I go? Where do I go? I don't know which way to go. Nyla, come up here and show me that one. Come on. So Nyla's going to show us what she did. Show me what you did with your hands on your head.
No.
I was given where to go.
That's a good one. That's a good one. What do y'all think? Do you think we should do that as our action? Or, all right, so everybody put your hands on your head. Put your hands on your head like, ah! We don't know which way to go. Should we go this way? Or should we go this way? We don't really know. So frantically means we're not really sure about which way to go. It says to move quickly and wildly. So we would be moving quickly and wildly. All right. Are you ready? We're going to go to some of our other vocabulary words. So it says further down in our story, there seemed to be fire everywhere and the antelope had no idea of which way to go to avoid it. What are you going to do if you are avoiding, Harmony, put that up. What are you going to do if you're avoiding something? What are you going to do if you're avoiding something? Who said run away? If you're going to avoid something, Aiden, what do you think if you're going to avoid it? So let me think about something. Let's think about this. Wyatt, what do you want to say?
If you had dirt around you, you could, and you had a bucket or something, you could just grab some dirt and just put it on the fire and it'll go out.
That is true too. That is very, very true. So here's what I ask you. Let's say you're walking down. If you're at the park, if you're walking down at your house, and there's a big mud puddle, big thing of mud, and you want to avoid it, what are you going to do? What are you going to do to avoid walking in the big mud puddle? Harmony has got her hand up.
Why not?
So she said she's just going to walk around it. So let me ask you another question. Let's say you're at school and one of your friends or you're at your house. Y'all are at your house and your little brother or sister is jumping on the bed. And your mom and dad say, you are not allowed to jump on the bed. Are y'all allowed to jump on the bed at your house?
Yeah.
I jump on the bed.
All the time your mom says it's okay to jump on the bed. Okay, no. So if you're not allowed to jump on the bed, it's doing this for Red Ribbon Week. We got, it's the PTO coming to give us a present. So Miss Bratcher got a present from the PTO. That was very nice. Thank you. Thank you.
So Ms. Bradford, she has to share that present.
So it's for the teachers who work here. The PTO are giving us little presents. Isn't that nice? I don't know why y'all are being sad, because you should always say when somebody has something good happen to them, I'm happy for you about that. I wish I had one, but I'm glad for you. All right, so if you are going to avoid getting in trouble by your mom for jumping on the bed, what are you going to do to avoid getting in trouble? Raylan. Okay, I'm asking, what would you do to avoid it? Because avoid means to stay away from or stop. What would you do to make sure that you're going to get in trouble? Wyatt.
I would just listen to my mom so I don't get in trouble.
So you're going to stop it and say, I'm not even going to do it. I'm going to stay away from that, and my brother or sister is going to be the ones getting in trouble. Not this chick. Not this guy. Not this guy. So, to avoid, maybe, I don't know. Why are you worried about it? All right, so avoid means to what? Stay away, stop, keep away. Nyla, what does avoid mean? Or stop something, right? Okay, so further down in our story, it says, but the spider knew the way out and directed the antelope calmly. So I want you to think about what calmly, Hayden, what would calmly mean? How would you act calmly? How would you act calmly in a fire? This is going to be the total opposite of frantically. Frantically is running around, quick and panicked, and we don't know which way to go. How would you be calm, Harmony? Calm means to relax. So, what's going to be our action for relaxing? Come here. Bailey's, so show me what y'all would do to relax. Bailey's going to show you what she thought of. She's taking a deep breath. She's breathing out, and she's like meditating. Some people just calm themselves down by closing their eyes and going to a place that makes them happy. So, how do we calm ourselves down? We're going to take a deep breath. Miss Bratcher does this all the time when we're taking our tests, don't we? We go. We take a deep breath in, and then we take a deep breath out, and we're going to go. So everybody do that with us. Put your fingers together. I don't know why people do this, but it's part of yoga, and it's part of calming. So everybody put your fingers together, and we're going to take a deep breath in. And when we breathe out, we're going to say, calmly. Are you ready? Here we go. Calmly. So that's what calm is. To slow yourself down and to be quiet and be relaxed. Exactly. Exactly. So let me finish our vocabulary words. It says, but the spider knew the way out and directed the antelope calmly. Because if Anansi had been frantic also, do you think that they would have gotten out of the fire? I don't think so, because the antelope was frantic. Didn't know which way to go. I don't know which way to go. Where do I go? And then that is frantic. And so then the antelope, Anansi said, it's okay. Go this way. Go this way. Now go straight. And he spoke in a very calm voice, didn't he? So then it says, but he directed her calmly and confidently. What does confidently mean?
Confident means brave.
Harmony, listen. What does confidently mean? Jalen, do you know what confidently means? What is something that you do confidently?
I just off the stair.
What do you think confident means?
Confident means brave.
Anybody at home? Jenny Yang, what does confident mean?
Confident means
Yeah, what does confident mean?
you got confidence in your brain.
Maybe. Jackson, do you have any idea what confidence means? When you have confidence in yourself, what does that mean?
Times.
I didn't hear what he said. What does it mean when you have confidence in yourself, Brody? Brody said it means, I think I can do it. It means you think you can do it. It means that it also means that you believe in yourself. So Anansi said, I believe I can get us out of here. So he spoke to her, Nyla, very calm and very confident. Like, I believe I can find a way out of here. Don't worry about it, Miss Antelope. I can find us a way out. So how are we going to be, how do you act confident? What are you confident in something that you can do? I want to know, what are you confident in something you can do or how you can be? Wyatt. What are you confident that something you can do?
Well, I really don't know what confident means.
Okay, so confidence we just talked about, and confidence means that I believe in myself and I believe I can do it. So, Harmony, what is something that you're confident that you're good at doing? And what you make? Okay, so Harmony said she shared a time that when she went to bed,
They can see you, right?
she was close to bedtime, and her sister and her made a fort, but she didn't know how to make a fort. But she said, I believed in myself and I tried. And did you make a fort? Awesome. So I know of some kids in here and those of you that are at home who are confident in how well they're able to read. Maybe you're confident in how you're able to do a cartwheel. You can do a cartwheel.
I practice all my cartwheels and
Awesome. So, hands down. So maybe you're confident. Maybe, I know Miss Morrow came and got. Maybe you're confident in, I can get myself dressed, brush my teeth, put on my socks and shoes. I can get ready all by myself. I am confident. If my mama said, let's go get ready for school, I know everything I need to do. Maybe you're confident in that.
or driving myself to school.
Or, yeah, I don't think you're, Aiden said, or driving yourself to school. Maybe not driving yourself to school, but maybe because y'all don't have a car to drive. You don't have a driver's license, man. You can't drive a car.
Hey,
I don't think you can.
ride on skateboards.
And, but here's what, y'all in this room, maybe you are, maybe, he said maybe you could find an Uber. So maybe you are confident that you could tell somebody how to get to school. Raylan, I need you to sit in your chair correctly and you and Harmony quit talking.
Stop it.
Maybe you're confident in how, like when my kids were little and their grandma came to town and she was taking care of them, they were able to tell her, yeah, turn here and this is how you go to my school. Go out of our driveway and go left, and you go down to the light, take a right. When they were little bitty kids, they had to get to school. Could you tell your mom? Could you? Could you tell somebody how to get to our school, or maybe to your favorite place? Maybe the park? I need, hang on 1 second. I'm going to have to interrupt this Zoom because all of these kids at home are listening, and all of you in here are just talking. I know we're excited, okay? So let's go on to our next one. So confident means I believe in myself about something. I can do it. If I try, I'm going to give it my best shot. That's what confident means. I'm confident that I'm going to try to run this race and finish it. That would be something to be confident about too. So it says, he directed her to go to the left, now go straight, go to the right until the antelope's swift legs had carried them both safely across the stream. What does swift mean? Anybody know at home what swift means?
Good friend.
One more time, Catherine.
Quickly.
Quickly. She said quickly. Let's see what it says on our book. Swift means fast or quick. So I think Catherine is right. So can you, let's see, think of something that you can do swiftly. Gwyneth, what is something that you can do swiftly, fast? Can you brush your teeth fast?
Can
you run fast? Can you brush your hair swiftly sometimes when you're in a hurry? Sure. Could you put your clothes on swiftly, fast? Could you tie your shoes fast? Probably not. That's something that takes a little bit of time, doesn't it? Brody, what is something that you can do swiftly? A backflip. That is true. Brody can do a backflip, and he can do it swift, very fast. Quiet. 1 second.
I can drive a golf cart on full speed and my name on plot balls.
Awesome. That sounds like fast. Aiden, what's something you can do swiftly? You can what? Aiden says he can spin the globe fast. Raylan, what's something you can spin fast? You can swiftly. What? You mean a car goes fast? Yes, a car can go fast. Hayden, what's something that goes swiftly or fast? Hayden goes fast. All right, so let's go to our next vocabulary word. It says, sometime later the antelope gave birth to a little baby. Like all baby antelopes, it was defenseless. Defenseless? What does that mean?
Next one.
What is defenseless? Nyla, what did you think? It can't run. It cannot hop. Wyatt, what do you think defenseless means?
What offenseless means that you don't have no fence around you.
I like the German spelling.
That's kind of not the right what we're talking about. So defense means a way to take care of yourself. If I'm going to defend myself, if somebody, so let's say someone comes in our school, which we have to practice this all the time, don't we, Miss Emily? We have to practice if there's a shooter, an active shooter that comes in our school, the way we defend ourselves, the way we take care of ourselves, the way we be safe is that we're going to close the door, lock it, everybody goes over in the corner, we turn off the lights, and we are very quiet so that they think nobody is in our room, correct? Or if we were outside, we would run away, wouldn't we? So we would run into the woods. That's exactly right. So if a baby antelope is defenseless, that means could it keep itself safe? What is it gonna, who keeps it safe? Who keeps little babies safe? Mamas, and who else? Dads? What if you're not with your mom or your dad? Who takes care of you then? Grandma, grandpa, whatever adult you are with, correct? Class. Okay. So, do you understand what defenseless means now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so defenseless. So the baby antelope was defenseless, and so that means if the hunters came, could they hurt it? They could hurt it because how's he gonna? Can he run? No. Can he hop to get away? No. So what's he doing? All he was doing is in a bush, and the hunters could still. Can you see through a bush? Sometimes you can. If they looked around, and they walked over and they bumped the bush and it scared the baby when it like make a noise? And then they go, oh, there it is. And would they be able to, and then they'd be able to kill it, wouldn't they?
No, don't kill a person,
Okay,
lady.
I need you to back up from this cord, my friend. Now, so what do you think in our world is defenseless? Not an animal, but what do you think would be defenseless
Could be in a mop.
every day? No, what is a thing that is defenseless? Harmony, what do you think would be defenseless? Something that would not be able to take care of itself. A baby? Like a baby child. Can a baby child run away? If somebody came in your house, would the baby child be able to run away? No. Would the baby child be able to like tell somebody that there's danger? No. No. Yes, Nyla. Is this about being defenseless? About what is defenseless?
If my brother, if someone comes in our house, the mom told me to like he's glaring,
Uh-huh.
and I'll tell my brother to go under the bed
Uh-huh.
while I find him, then I just run to my mom's room.
Right.
And then he's gonna tell him, and then my mom's gonna come
Take
in
care
the
of it.
house.
Right. So one thing that you do is you run to somebody who's going to take care of you, right? Because to some degree, are you guys still a little bit defenseless? Can you get away?
Yes.
I mean, you can run.
Yes.
Sure.
Can
Can you cook by yourself?
Yes.
Can you can you drive a car?
No.
Can you go get food by yourself?
No.
No. So you're just a little bit defenseless. You're just a little bit defenseless, but you can still take care of yourself and get away. Someone never tries to hurt you. Okay, so we have talked about all of our vocabulary words in our story today. So what I want to talk about next is this. So what was the lesson that our folktale taught us? Because folktale is the genre of our story, and folktales always what? Teach us a lesson. So what is the lesson that we learned in Anansi Saves an Antelope? What do you think is the lesson that Anansi taught us?
Sure that we haven't been able to read the story.
Okay.
And it's not.
So let me ask you a question. So,
Yeah.
in the story, was the antelope kind?
Yes.
How was the antelope kind?
Yeah, we haven't been able to read it.
I'm sorry, what? No, how was the mama antelope kind in our story? Brody said he carried out Anansi, right? He took Anansi out of the fire. So how did Anansi do something for the antelope? Those of you at home, what did Anansi do for the antelope? Jackson, what did the Anansi do for the antelope after she was kind to him?
Save our babies.
He what?
Save our babies.
Good. He saved her baby. So because the antelope was kind to Anansi, Anansi was then kind to who? The antelope. So does being kind the way we should treat each other?
No rude.
So let me ask a question. Those of you who are at school, we hear every single day from Mr. DeWeese at the beginning of the day And what do we hear from Mr. Deweese and Miss Lord at the end of our day? What do they always say? What do they say, Raylan? No.
Be kind.
Be kind, be safe, and be ready. So, are they, is that a lesson that we learn in our story? Because Anansi was kind. He doesn't have to be kind, does he? He didn't have to help the baby antelope, did he? But he made a choice in his head and his heart to be kind. How was he ready? He was ready to show her how to get out of the... Yeah. Wyatt, what do you want to say?
Well, we didn't get to watch that video, the word video yet.
No, the story.
The story.
You haven't watched it? Is it not playing correctly?
No, it's not playing. It's bringing up the word video.
Oh, okay. Well, I think I attached the wrong thing, so I'll have to go fix that. But I think it's on today's. Is it on today's, Mom, Allison?
No, we tried it and it wasn't on there.
Okay. All right. I'll fix it after we get off the Zoom. Okay.
Sorry. Yeah. Okay.
Sorry about that. And
Ms.
I'll try to, yes, ma'am.
I took a screenshot of the video that's actually so you can see which video it is. Not the story. It's just your phonics video.
Okay. Then I'll take it off and I'll reload the regular story. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you for doing that. Thanks, Twana. All right. Anybody else have anything we want to discuss about our vocabulary words? So we went over all of our vocabulary. We made up some moves. How are we going to show that we're confident? How are you when you are confident about something? When you are sure of yourself and believe in yourself? How would you act? Harmony. She said she would do this. Like that. Would y'all do that if you were confident about something? I would stand up straight, a little taller, and I'd be like I can do this. How would y'all act if you were confident?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I'll fix the video, parents, and we'll get that underway. And we will see all of you. We're going to end our time together.
Wait, tomorrow I'm going to Texas.
Be careful on your travels to Texas. And what direction are you going to go to Texas? Remember?
I don't remember.
We're going to go, no, west. She's going to go west. We looked at Texas on our map yesterday. Up here, can you see our big map up here on the wall? And we looked at where Joyland is going, and we mapped it on there so that we would all know that you're going to go west and that we knew exactly where Texas was. So, pretty cool. So, we're thinking about you, Harmony. I mean, Joyland, sorry. All right. What do you want to tell us, Wyatt? Have a seat. Yes, Wyatt?
We are in the middle of Louisiana.
We are in the middle of Louisiana. That is exactly true. Gwyneth, did you want to tell us something?
Because my neighbor's walking out.
Okay, so I will see you guys tomorrow, and we're going to compare and contrast our stories tomorrow, not today. All right, I will see you guys tomorrow. Everybody say bye.
Bye. Have a good day. Bye-bye. Bye. Bye-bye.
Do that one place we can't compare.
Okay, I'll fix the video, guys, and I'll see you tomorrow, okay?
Bye.
Bye.